2 is almost here, so it's time to preview the matchup. Saints versus 49ers at the Superdome. Let me know in the comment section who you think's going to win this game. Drop a like and be sure to subscribe to the channel. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. You're watching Saints Now by Chat Sports, and let's preview this matchup. But before we preview the game, we got to take a recap and take a look at what happened for both the Saints and the 49ers in their Week 1 matchups. Now, the New Orleans Saints, they lost to the Arizona Cardinals in a really exciting game filled with some crazy plays on both sides of the ball. Now, the big theme for the New Orleans Saints was penalties, 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 and being your own worst enemy and setting yourself up for failure / failing when you have an opportunity to really do something good. The New Orleans Saints gave up multiple big plays. They could not get off the field on third down. They were unable to keep drives alive, but for what it's worth, I thought the offense was okay. I didn't think they were amazing. I didn't think they were horrible, but I did think that it was a little bit underwhelming. It seemed a little bit uninspiring, and for what it's worth, the play calling and like the scheme and like all the movement I liked, I just didn't love the execution, and I wasn't a fan of the lack of confidence that seemed to be around. For what it's worth, on the defensive side of the ball, they gave up a lot, or they provided a lot of pressure on Kyler Murray. 5 sacks for 33 yards. Excellent stuff from the Saints defense right there. Kool-Aid McKinstry did struggle early on in the game, got better as it went on, but I think that he had a little bit of a rough outing in Week 1. The Niners, they ended up beating the Seattle Seahawks in Week 1 after a late touchdown pass to Jake Tonjes, who, fun fact, before that game had never caught an NFL pass, finished that game with multiple catches and a game-sealing touchdown. McCaffrey also had a really, really good day. Christian McCaffrey, he was listed as questionable going into this game with a calf injury. Finished the day with 9 catches, 73 receiving yards, 22 carries, 69 rushing yards, 142 total combined yards. It was the most since Week 15 of the 2023 season. So Christian McCaffrey had a really, really good day. Seattle did have 4 3-and-outs, 2 in each half, and the Seahawks averaged 3.2 yards per carry, with their longest being a 9-yard carry by Sam Darnold. So if the New Orleans Saints want to find success, the ground game is a place where they need to establish success early on, because in my opinion, the passing threat and the passing attack just isn't good enough in my personal opinion. Now let's take a look at the injury report, updated injury report, I should say. Coming out of Thursday, just moments ago, this report dropped. A couple of notable things to focus on. Talise Fuaga, he was upgraded to a limited participant dealing with the knee injury. Zach Wood, the long snapper, was downgraded from a limited participant to he did not participate. Now, Trevor Penning, Chase Young, no changes on their designation. They both did not participate for their second day in a row. I don't think that that's good news for Chase Young or Penning in terms of their outlook to play. But for Zach Wood, I know that that's something that's interesting and kind of, concerning for a long snapper. To be totally honest, if this was one of those situations that was severely concerning, in my opinion, I feel like the Saints would have already brought in another guy. However, shout out to Phil Galliano, the special teams coordinator, says that they keep a short list of available free agents just in case anything has to come down to the wire. So, there you have it, some injury reports, the recaps. Next, we're going to take a look at my keys to victory. But I want to hear from you. What do you think the score is going to be of this matchup? Saints, Niners. Let me know in the comment section what you think. I am going to take the Saints to win 23-13. Lopez, do you have a quick one?
Give me 20-17 Blake Groupie game-winning field goal.
Love it. Hopefully he doesn't miss one this week. Now, NFL Week 2 matchup, the 49ers were heavily favored in this game, but after George Kittle was placed on IR and the injury news around Brock Purdy settled in that he was not going to play, the numbers dropped. Now, it's 3-point favorites on the road. Say what you want, but I will confidently tell you this. I don't think it's going to be a very high-scoring affair. The number, in my opinion, to try to get to, some people are going to say 21 points. I'm going to say 14. Let's see Spencer Rattler get to 14 points of offense. I want to see 2 touchdowns. All I'm asking is 2 touchdowns. Can we get to 14 points? to try to give ourselves an opportunity to not win through field goals. You can sure win with 14 points, or you can win with 17 points, but for the love of God, that should not be the goal. The goal should be scoring 40-plus points. Remember last year, weeks 1 and 2, we scored 40-plus points? That was fun. We should try to do that again, except the part afterwards, like weeks 3 through like 10, don't do that again, but we should do those first 2 weeks again. Key to victory number 1, score 40-plus points. That's an easy one. Now, if you guys want to actually see what my keys to victory are, we will tell you here in just one moment. Some really good information and some easy ways for the Saints to walk out of this game victorious. But really quick, got to tell you about today's presenting sponsor. This episode of Saints Now by Chat Sports, brought to you by the #1 DFS app in the whole wide world. What's DFS, Lopez? Daily Fantasy Sports. And the #1 app to use DFS is Prize Picks. You and I, ladies and gentlemen, we make decisions every single day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So fellas, tell your girlfriends, tell your wives, download Prize Picks because, they're always right, so you might as well make some money off that. And don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. I got a fun little lineup for you this week. Alvin Kamara on a demon selection, half a rushing and receiving touchdown. Find the end zone, you get paid. Travis Kelce on this little promo square we got going on, half a receiving yard, I understand. Maybe a little bit washed. Half a receiving yard. Come on. That's going to happen. So if you want to fade these picks, you want to tail these picks, don't care what you do, just make sure you're doing it over on Prize Picks. It's the best way to win cash this football season. And they put their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Shout out to Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All of that information is available in the comments and description of this video. And if you're watching live, it's in the chat, so go get started. Key to victory, #1. You see this? It's a green screen. You can't really see it. It's a yellow flag. We need to stop those. Stop getting them. You don't want those. You shouldn't be seeking them out. Don't do it. No penalties. Cut the BS. Stop it right now. I'm so tired, Lopez, of seeing this team shoot themselves in the foot every opportunity they get. Stop getting stupid penalties. Stop getting pre-snap penalties. Stop being lazy. Stop playing sloppy football. Stop being unorganized. Be prepared, execute, and stop the stupid penalties. The New Orleans Saints right now are tied for #1 in the league in total penalties. 13. We have played 4 quarters. You're averaging over 3 penalties a quarter. How do you expect to win football games when you have 89 yards in penalty yardage? How is that even supposed to be possible? How? Honest question. I want you to get in the comment section. Tell me, because there's not a way to do it. How do you expect to win if you play nothing but sloppy football? Stop the penalties. Control the uncontrollables, or control the controllables. It's so simple. Don't play lazy. Execute and do your assignments. The penalty leaders, we got to have a conversation. Cesar Ruiz, I'm like at my wit's end with this player because he is a guy who should be playing at a much higher level. The Saints paid him to be playing at a much higher level, and he cost you 2 penalties for 15 yards. Unacceptable. Dylan Radins, filling in for Trevor Penning, 2 penalties, 9 yards. Unacceptable. Chris Olave, 1 for 5. Asim Richards, 1 for 5. Whatever. Fine. Don't care. But you got to stop the pre-snap penalties. You got to stop being your own worst enemy. Look at the kind of penalties this team is racking up. 3 false starts, 2 illegal shifts, 2 offensive holdings, 1 DPI, 1 defensive offside, 1 holding, illegal formation, offensive offsides, face mask. Like, what are we doing? It's lazy. It's a coaching thing. Get it together. Play clean football. It's not rocket science. It's really not. If you don't break rules, you don't get penalized. Play the clean game. And guess what? You play a clean game. All of your other problems can immediately get so much easier. Because guess what? You're not starting at 1st and 15. You're not giving up yardage and making 3rd and short a difficult down. You're getting off the field on 3rd downs. Like, you got to stop beating yourself. Key to victory number 2, it's a perfect segue into this point. Stop beating yourselves. You are your own worst enemy. The New Orleans Saints, factually, are their own biggest rival. No team has beat the New Orleans Saints franchise in more football games than themselves. They are their own worst enemy. Whether it's game management, whether it's penalties, whether it's sloppy play, they are their own worst enemy every single week, week in, week out, whenever they lose games. And I'm not asking for this team to be perfect. I'm really not. I genuinely believe that my expectations are fairly low for this team, and my desires and my requests are not much. Play clean football. Don't do stupid nonsense. Give me 4 quarters of entertaining sports. I'm not asking you to win every single game. I'm not asking you to light up the scoreboard with 50-plus points week in and week out. Sure, it would be awesome. Would love that to happen. But you can't let the controllable factors beat you. You are consistently letting yourself lose because you are beating yourself. So I don't know if it's a coaching problem, because for the long time it was, Dennis Allen, what are we doing here? What is going on? What is happening? But now we have a much better coaching staff. Granted, it was week 1. Felt like it was just a sloppy game all around. You got to stop. I mean, in terms of being their own worst enemy, the New Orleans Saints once again find themselves with a penalty problem, clock management problem, leadership problem. I'm not saying that Kellen Moore is not the guy, because I still believe he is. But that first outing was not great. The clock management in the first half especially, horrible. I don't agree with how the clock was managed whatsoever at the end of the first half. The offense had a lot of issues getting set. They had issues finishing drives. They had issues with penalties. They had issues executing assignments, dropping passes, not picking up blocks. Like, it just was a problem. The defense gave up way too many big plays. They couldn't get stops on 3rd down, let alone 3rd and 10-plus yards. I can't tell you how many times I feel like I saw 3rd and 11. Thank God we're going to get off the field. Just to give up a 14, 15, 16, 18, 20-yard play. It was disgusting. Stop that. Stop giving up big plays. Stop giving up stop losing on 3rd and long. Win the down. Win the rep. I'm not asking for perfection. I'm just asking us to be a little bit more of a competent and coherent football team. Like, it's just frustrating, to be totally honest. The other key to victory, you got to put pressure on Mac Jones. Shout out to my guy, Chase Sr., because he said it best. Brock Purdy really does a really good job navigating the pocket, and he does have really nice pocket awareness. And one of the skills for for Brock Purdy was that he was able to extend plays quite often for the 49ers. Now, Mac Jones, on the other hand, he is not ideal when it comes to the quarterback position. He is a statue back there. And if pressure comes in, he's going to stand still. He can move around the pocket, can navigate it pretty well, but I have a key. I have a recipe right here. Look at the numbers. Shout out to Pro Football Focus on this. But when Mac Jones is kept clean versus when he's under pressure, the numbers are drastically different. Completion percentage drops from 72 plus to under 39%. You have 7 touchdowns to 0. The interceptions drop, but so did the attempts drastically. But you still have 3 total interceptions. When blitzed, the numbers drop once again. 69% to just over 56.5. 2 touchdowns down to 5. Granted, that's fine. 5 interceptions down to 3. Like, he is significantly worse when it comes to playing under pressure and when he's blitzed. 2024, that is on display, but guess what? Even more so in 2023. Let's work from left to right once again. When he is kept clean, you see the completion percentage drastically drop. The touchdowns drop. The interceptions increase. When he's blitzed versus when he's not blitzed, the completion percentage drops. The touchdowns drop. The interceptions, still very bad. So when it comes to key to victory on the Saints defense, to quote the great movie, Remember the Titans. You blitz all night. You will remember the night, the day, the 12 o'clock kickoff, you played the Saints. Yeah, we're going to do one of those. Anyway, you blitz. Blitz, 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 blitz. Pressure, 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 pressure. I feel like that meme. Lizard, 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 lizard. That's what Brandon Staley needs to be doing to the pressure button. Pressure, 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 pressure. Make Mac Jones beat you. He is not going to be able to do that. He is not a great quarterback. He sucks under pressure. He sucks when he's blitzed. Bring the damn heat. I need big days from Carl Granderson. I need big days from Cam Jordan, especially considering the fact that Chase Young is likely not going to play again. You need to see those two guys have another big day. The 49ers offensive line kind of has been neglected over the past few years by John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. So that is not a strong suit of their roster. Go attack. Feast. Anyway, slow down the San Francisco defense. That's another big key to victory here. No question about it. They have some serious, serious talent on that roster. So just kind of want to explain. You have Nick Bosa, one of the best edge rushers in the National Football League. Mykel Williams, rookie first-round pick out of Georgia. He has been putting on for San Francisco. Bryce Huff, a really nice rotational edge piece. Fred Warner, not Pete Werner. Fred Warner, the number one linebacker in the league. Hard to kind of argue against it. He's really, really good. D. Winters, I like him a lot. Diamador Lenore, Renardo Green, Jason Pinnock. Those are also players that they have around. For what it's worth, Jair Brown is also a safety on the depth chart. Has kind of gotten moved out of the rotation. That being said, they do have some really, really nice weapons on the defensive side of the football. Now, Nick Bosa, there's no question about it. He is one of the best defensive players in all of football. He is a menace when it comes to rushing the passer. So if Fuaga cannot go, you are going to have a big test for Kelvin Banks and Asim Richards. Even if Fuaga can go, Kelvin Banks, Fuaga, massive, massive test. If you can pass this one, oh my God, the confidence in the offensive line, at least in the tackle position, to the moon. That's where it's headed. It is skyrocketing to the moon. Got to find a way to beat Nick Bosa. He's going to make Spencer Rattler's life a living hell for 4 quarters. Find a way to win. Fred Warner, also top linebacker in the National Football League. This guy is a tackling machine. He's good in coverage. He's good at stopping the run. He's good at hitting. He's good at playing football. He's good at everything. Fred Warner is a great football player. You have to find ways to take into account those kinds of guys. You have to find ways to challenge and battle these kind of players because you are going to face some more high-end talent throughout this season. This is a great litmus test for the New Orleans Saints to gain some confidence and show that they can hang with some really, really talented football players in the league. Now, Spencer Rattler, in my opinion, needs to play a very, very clean game, and he needs to not panic whenever pressure starts to settle in. I also think that he needs to be a little bit more confident, and I don't know if the confidence is lacking in Kellen Moore, if it's lacking in Spencer Rattler, but somewhere there needs to be more confidence. So in week 1, Spencer Rattler averaged 4.65 yards per attempt. You need to push the ball downfield. You need to stop hitting the checkdowns. Sure, it's there, but that should not be the go-to. You need to find ways to make your offense fly. Stop going east and west. Go north and south, and mostly just go north because we want points. Sure, it's nice to get that extra yardage. Sure, it's nice to try to avoid the pressure, but get the ball downfield. Stop trying to get the easy yardage. I understand why we do that. Build the confidence. I understand. But that's not a way to win football games. You got to be able to push the ball more than 5 yards per attempt downfield. Just going to be straight up with that one. Chris Olave also has not scored a touchdown since week 3 of the 2024 season, which is crazy to say, against the Eagles on C.J. Gardner-Johnson, fun fact, Lopez. So will this be the first time he scores a touchdown since week 3 of last season? Type yes, type no. get in the comment section and share your thoughts. Who Dat Nation, I appreciate you guys for rocking and rolling with us here on the channel. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. We are going to be live for game day. I hope to see you guys there. Be sure to turn on your notifications. We'll be live 1 hour before kickoff. Y'all stay golden, and we'll see you next time.